Okay, you asked me what you could do with these things, especially these dry embossed items. I've cut them out from the paper that we made them on. Now you want to know how you can use these. So I have in mind your honeymoon pictures, the ones that I saw when you went to Mexico on your honeymoon, on your cruise. So I'm going by some of those pictures that I saw. Okay, so first we're going to work with this big chili pepper. And I do have, ta-da, a Stampin' Right from Stampin' Up, a Stampin' Right marker. So I can show you this. And it has a little end, and it has a bigger end. Okay, now we're going to use the smaller end, and we're going to just go around, oops, the outside of this. Right, now we're going to use this pencil, the marker, and we're going to go along the lines that had been made with our embossing tool. Alright, there, now we've defined the outline of the pepper. So it looks more like a pepper instead of just a piece of paper. Now we're going to do the same thing with this little guy. We're going to go around the edges where we had made all the marks with the dry embossing stylus. And then remember, this was the shaded in area, so we're just gonna go like that. Probably wish I hadn't done that, but it can be fixed. Both of them now have been, the edges have been defined so they look more like peppers than they did before. Okay, now comes your interpretation of the peppers. Using a green marker or green ink on this is not going to work, because this red paper and this green, it's just going to turn it into kind of a brown. You won't be able to see it. So we can probably cut up some green paper and make some little caps, little whatever leaf cap things on there. Right, this is a scrap piece of garden green paper from Stampin' Up. So I am going to attempt to make a little cap thing for both of these. Alright, now this is how I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to, the leaf will probably come down about there, so I'm going to just draw on the outside of, oops, the outside of here. Okay, so you can see my pencil marks. And I'm going to make just some little things. These can be adjusted when you put it on there, when you put it on here. You can adjust the size, whatever. So now I'm going to get my little scissors out. And I'm going to try this. This is probably going to be too big, but better bigger than not big enough. You can always cut back. You cannot add to after you've cut it off. Okay. Okay, well, that doesn't look too bad. So now I got to erase my pencil marks. Now I gotta adhere it onto here, and you can use just about any kind of adhesive that you have. And Stampin' Up! Sells this little thing. It's called an Anywhere glue stick, and this end here is kind of like those deodorant things. You roll it up. This is the cap end, and there's your glue. So we'll just glue this. Okay, now we'll put this on, and you, oops, get it over there. You might have to hold it for a little bit to make sure that that sticks. And you don't want to rub on it too hard, because you're going to flatten out all that work you put into making this poofy. Starting to look like a pepper. Okay, now we need to do the same thing with this guy. We're going to put him on there, and we're going to figure out about where we think that it ought to come. Okay, and then we'll draw the little leaf things, and then we'll cut this piece out. Now we'll put this little guy on, and again I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to rub a little bit, but I'm not going to rub out all the poof that we put in.